We got Rhonda Parker on, the Director of Development at Orchards Children's Services. Hi, Rhonda. How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
Excellent, excellent. Thank you so much for being on tonight.
Well, thank you for having me.
Definitely, definitely. So, um, yeah, we really wanted you on because of the obviously the holiday season, and your job I'm sure is amazingly busy right now, especially around the holidays here. And I through our prior conversations, I've done foster care for the past 5 years, and I know how much Orchards does and cares for all the children in foster care, and just excited to hear about everything on your end of this. So
It sounds great. Yes, this is a busy time for us right now. Good stress, though, I will say.
definitely,
Stressful, but good stress.
yep, exactly, exactly. So Um, yeah, I'd like to start off. If you'd like to talk about yourself for a little bit here, just your background, how you came to be where you're at now, how you got into orchards, and all that.
Sounds great. So, I grew up in the city of Detroit, born and raised, graduated from high school from Mumford. Um, on the west side of Detroit. I got my master's in health science administration from Central Michigan University. My background has always been in nonprofits, always, wanting to help those less fortunate or in, underserved neighborhoods, to live a better life, where it be education or just providing them resources that they aren't available to them in their neighborhoods, to helping seniors, and found my way back into children. Started off in Head Start and early Head Start. Um, did that for about 10 years. And like I said, then I transferred over and was working with the seniors, which I loved. As well, because they seem to be like a lost population. Everybody tends to help children and families or animals, things of that nature. But my passion had always just still been in children. So I found my way back to orchards, especially giving back to those who's, lost their childhood for, many reasons, but at the end of the day is no fault of their own.
Right. Yeah, and that's wonderful. Now, how long have you been at Orchards?
I've been at orchards for 3 years now.
Okay, okay, yep. And I'm sure through your experience and everything, you've seen just so much across the board. I can't imagine, but obviously your passion in this, you can hear it. it's it's definitely got it. I mean, just again for myself doing a couple years of foster care, it's the most fulfilling thing in the world, and just to see smiles on their faces and everything and all that. Now, real quick, you mentioned you worked with seniors a bit too, and you're right that seems to be the lost population, so to speak, right? And where where
Mm-hmm.
where where were you working there with the seniors?
Previously, I was with Detroit Area Agency on Aging. So
Okay,
it's one of 16 area agencies on aging in the state of Michigan. So a lot of people might know more about Meals on Wheels.
oh yeah,
Um, yeah, so that's always, usually through like a area agency on aging. So it was, helping keeping seniors independent and in their homes as long as possible.
that's wonderful. Yeah, so now, obviously, with this time of the year, with it being the holidays, I know Orchards does. I remember, gosh, so many things. I mean, you guys do so many things throughout the year, which are wonderful. But
Yes.
the holidays were amazing. I remember there was the Lions shopping, the toy drive. Just so many events that the kids can do, and just feel involved and feel loved and everything. Um, uh, so specifically with this year, obviously a lot of challenges with the pandemic and everything, but if you want to talk about how this year's holiday appeal went, and kind of maybe touch on some of the things that have happened and maybe still happening. I know we've got a couple weeks to Christmas here.
Yeah, we have a couple weeks to Christmas. COVID, when it came in, we all didn't understand, we how there was going to be a vacation for like 2 weeks, so to speak,
Yeah,
and then everything was going to go back to normal. And here we are 2 years later,
it's brutal. It was brutal.
still in the same position. It changed a lot. However, it didn't stop us. Like our mission, to serve the children and families, to provide them, with not only just the necessities but the extras that are a part of having that childhood. Um, we haven't been able to do the shop with the Lions for a couple years. However, this year there will be shop with a cop with the Southfield Police Department. They are still doing that. We've had the highest number this year of families adopted,
Really?
where donors have adopted the whole family. So we are at about 110 this year, which is awesome.
That's
And
awesome.
we'll
Yeah.
be serving about 1,500 kids throughout our service area, which is, we are in 15 counties. We have 5 locations, and we service 8,000 children and families yearly. But we will be giving 1,500 kids on aside from the families that were adopted toys for the holidays.
Oh, that's wonderful. That is.
Yes, it's great. So, um, still, like I said, our donors have stepped up. Some, might not want to go shopping, but they'll make that donation, and we'll go take that wish list and the donation that they made, and we go out because we want to make sure, and shop so that we can have those toys for the children that they like. Because it's one thing to not get anything, or then there's something to get something that you're really not interested in. Don't get me wrong, they're grateful, but the smile on their face is even brighter when they do receive something that they were looking for. So this last month has been very hectic for us. Like I said, stressful, but a good stress,
Yeah.
because we know the service and the work that we're doing for the families and children that we serve.
Definitely, yeah. And you mentioned it. You said it right. The smile on their faces when they get it. I remember at the Southfield building where when they get that bag and it's just full of all the toys and they're just so excited. It's
Full of all the toys. Yeah, we miss, because of COVID, we can't have our holiday party, because sometimes it's their only opportunity, to see Santa, or take a picture. We would have all that, and little different themes, going around, where we make, turn the whole floor and our main floor and then the top floor into, just a nice 2-hour event that the children and families can come out and serve. So we do miss that connection, but again, we have to stay safe for not only ourselves but the children and families, in our care. But like I said, since we are able to provide them with a holiday, that's the best thing ever. And like I said, it's thanks to our individual donors, our corporate donors, as well as they might have donated financially, but they've done toy collections for us. Many great companies that did collection. They reached out like, hey, we want to collect toys, and in truckloads, or can you come speak to our group? And we're asking them to come to this meeting, and the mission is a brand new toy. So because of them, it is made it possible for us to get the toys out.
Rhonda, this is Eric, Steve's co-host, and
Hi, Eric.
I was just wondering if you could speak to kind of the logistical challenges of doing something like that, like a toy drive or a thing like that, where it's it sounds something really nice to do until 3 trucks of toys show up and you have to find some place to put them and then sort them and then figure out where they go and all those things. So I was just wondering if that's if there's any unique challenges that you've encountered in the process of organizing any of those events.
No, just sometimes it might be just to help the man labor, should I say, in our department, or my department, is it's more women than guys. So we have 2 guys and, one driver. And, but we make it work. If we have to go pick up toys, in our trucks, we go pick them up, or we can work with someone to bring them. The office that we are in, the building, they have been gracious the last few years when there's empty suites available, that they've donated the space to us for free because they know the work that we do. So the last couple of years we've been having like one of the largest suites, which has been great. We almost hope that no one ever rents that space.
Yeah.
We get it because we also host our food drive in there. And
right.
I mean, they can
well-oiled
rent it. They
machine,
just got to know in
toys
December. There's a whole thing we
I'm
got going
sorry?
on. I said they can rent it. They just got to know there's a whole thing that's going on in December. They just gonna have to.
Right. But you need to move out from October through December.
Right.
We need
Exactly.
the space. But we have it. Where we have areas, kind of like staging areas, so to speak, where when we bring them in, we mark off the walls, and we have it labeled like if this is adopt a family and by the name, so when the person who adopts that family drop off those items, so when the worker comes, we know how to like where to go, like this is Southfield, this is Genesee, this is Macomb, etc. And we have them separated, like we have a teen room, we have an infant room, and then we just have like a boy and girl size separated, and it's broke up by age. It would be something that if you guys had a moment to come out and see, just it's amazing. It's almost like Toys R Us open back up.
All right.
It at times it looks a little messy, but it's an organized mess, just because like I said, we have the gifts coming in as well as going out, and the packing going on, but it's great. So like I said, if you guys get a chance, you can give me a call like while we're going on and come out and actually see it.
Oh,
Yeah.
and literally any day after 2 p.m.
For sure.
I can head down. I'll figure it out. No, I will be directly in touch after the show for sure.
Okay, sounds great. Yeah, you'll be amazed. I mean, we have some people, even our staff, they understand what we do. But one of the girls came out and she was actually in finance, and so she was just like, "Oh, you guys keep talking, or we just, you can't see you guys just be in and out like on the go." And we're like, "Yeah, come down." And she gave it to her. She was like, "Oh my God, this is absolutely amazing. I didn't know, how in depth this whole process is and the work that you do." And she gave up her lunch break to come, and help us sort. Which I would say that will be the hardest thing for us right now because of COVID and the limited of, volunteers and outside people. We used to have like a unpacking event or a sorting event, where we have, groups come in, 20, 30 volunteers
Sure.
and help us sort. But, it's because of COVID and the safety, we've been keeping it very limited, 5 or 6 people. And, the room is very large. It's probably about 2,000-3,000 square feet.
Oh wow. Okay.
Like I said, with other offices, but we still try to keep that social distancing. But that would be, I would say, if anything, besides the manpower, as far as like with the pickups, it would be the manpower with the sorting and the packing, because sometimes it's just 4 or 5 of us, and we're there all day, but we make sure we get it done and on time so they can get out to the kids.